Hey guys, it's Emily. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make 3 room decoration ideas that are affordable to make. Let's get on with the video. The first decoration I'm going to show you how to make is this cardboard letter board. For this DIY, you want to get a piece of cardboard and cut it down to 12 by 12 inches. And this will be for the back of the letter board. You do want thick cardboard for the back, because when you're done painting the cardboard, it may warp it, but if you use thinner cardboard, I'll show you how to fix it later. When you're done cutting out the cardboard, you want to cut 5 10 by 1 inch pieces of cardboard. This is where the letters will lay. And you're going to want thinner cardboard for all 5 of these because of it being easier to cut. But if all you have is thick cardboard, it will still work. After you're done cutting one out, you can trace that one, or you can measure the rest to make the other 4. When you're done cutting out the cardboard, you can paint the back piece with any color of acrylic paint. You can pour the paint on the cardboard, so you can save paint, and you may need to do more than one coat. I painted mine white. After you're done painting the back piece, you can paint the other 5 pieces any color that you want. I painted mine with black acrylic paint. Now while you wait for the cardboard to dry, you can print and cut out letters out of white cardstock paper or with printer paper. You do want to print out 2 or more of each letter, and if you want, you can print out some numbers too. You can also draw some shapes. To create ones of shapes, you want to measure the height of the letters you already printed out and mark it on another piece of cardstock paper, or whatever paper you used. And then you want to draw out your image and cut it out. I drew a pink heart. Before you start gluing your pieces together, you want to lay out a few of your letters and the 5 pieces of cardboard, so you get an idea of where you want them to lay, and you want to measure it. You want to measure it by marking a line on each side of the cardboard, and then you want to draw a line to connect the dots. You do want 5 lines, and make sure you try to get it evenly spaced apart, and make sure they're straight. Mine were measured at about 2 inches apart. Also make sure you measure how far you want them to be from the sides. When you're done making the lines, you want to take one of the 5 pieces of cardboard, then you want to take hot glue and put it on the long edge of the cardboard. Make sure you don't add too much glue because you may see it when you're done, and make sure you don't leave gaps or the letters will fall through. Then you can place the cardboard along one of the lines you put on the back piece, and you want to lay it on there standing up. You may need to hold it there for a few seconds so it stays standing up. After you're done gluing the first one down, you want to do the same things to the other 4 pieces of cardboard. If you did use thinner cardboard on the back piece, and if it warped because of the paint, you can lay something on the top of the back piece of cardboard so it will stay laying down. When the glue was dry, I painted the sides of the cardboard, and I also painted any spots where paint was removed from moving the cardboard. I also painted over the glue because the glue will become not as shiny, and it blends into the backing or the other piece of cardboard. I also painted over the pencil lines. If you're having these problems, you can do these things too. After you're done painting, you want to wait for it to dry. When the whole thing is dry, and if you use a thin piece of cardboard on the back piece, like me, you can find a thick piece of cardboard and glue it to the back of the cardboard with hot glue. This will help it not look as warped, and it should make it more flat. After I was done gluing the second piece of cardboard on the back, I covered up the logo that was on the cardboard by covering it up with a couple pieces of white cardstock paper and Mod Podge to make it look better. And you can do this too if you want. Something optional you can do is that you can cover up the edges. You can do this by taking washi tape or whatever tape you would like, and you want to cover the edges with it. And if it's not sticking, you can glue it down with Mod Podge or with another type of glue. When you're done creating your letterboard, you can put it anywhere you would like, and you can start putting words on it. You can also put your letters in something. I used a lid. The next decoration I'm going to show you how to make is this Polaroid Frame Art. The first thing you want to do is that you want to draw and cut out 3 or more rectangles out of white cardstock paper, or you can use any type of paper that you want. And you can trace the first one that you made to create more rectangles, so it makes things easier. I made 3 and I measured them to be 3 by 2 inches. When you're done cutting out your rectangles, you can draw out the Polaroid frame. I measured the Polaroid frame to be about 15/16 of an inch from the bottom and 1/8 of an inch from the sides. For the other Polaroid frames, you can trace them so you don't have to measure them again, or you can go ahead and just measure them out again if you want. I traced the other 2 so I wouldn't have to measure them again. When you're done creating the frame of the Polaroid, you can draw and color anything that you want in them. I drew a moon in one Polaroid, and for the other 2, I drew a mountain and planets. I drew everything in pencil first, and then I colored them in with markers. For the stars on the planet and on the moon Polaroid, I watered down some paint and flicked the bristles with my finger towards the Polaroid to create the stars, and then I waited for the Polaroids to dry. Now if you want, you can outline the border of the image, or anything in that picture, but you don't have to. Now before you start putting everything together, you want to trace the back of your frame, or the glass of the frame, onto a piece of cardstock paper, or another type of paper of any color. Then you want to cut that piece of paper out, and you want to place it into the frame without the glass. Then you can lay out where you want the Polaroids to be. And then you want to glue or tape the Polaroids on the paper. I used double-sided tape to attach the Polaroids. When you're done putting the Polaroids on the paper, you can put the glass back in the frame, and then you can put it wherever you would like. The last decoration I'm going to show you how to make is this cardboard magnetic frame. For this DIY, you want to create a picture, or you can use one you already have. I created one by cutting out a piece of watercolor paper that was 9 by 6 inches. Then I taped it down on a board. When I was done taping the paper down, I traced a jar to make a circle for the planet. Then I painted the planet 3 colors. I painted it pink, purple, and blue. When the painting was dry, I removed the tape and outlined the planet with a pen, and I also drew a ring around it. Now when you're done creating your picture, or after you found your art to put in the frame, you're ready to create your frame. You want to get cardboard, magnets, a ruler, and a pencil. Then you want to draw out 4 rectangles to the size you want your frame to be. And you want to make sure you have enough room for your magnets, and that your picture is smaller than the cardboard. I'm using the planet picture in mine, so I'm making the cardboard pieces 7 by 1 inches. And the magnets I used were 4 by 1/2 inches. When you're done drawing them out, you can cut them out with scissors or an X-Acto knife. An X-Acto knife is easier to cut it out, most especially if the cardboard is thick. After you're done cutting them out, you want to get some gold or another color of cardstock paper and trace the 4 pieces of cardboard individually so they match all 4 pieces. If you don't have cardstock paper, you can just paint them with any color of acrylic paint instead. Then you want to cut them out. When you're done cutting them out, you want to paint Mod Podge or another type of glue on the cardboard. And then you want to place the cardstock paper onto the cardboard. And you want to do this to all 4 pieces of cardboard. When the Mod Podge is dry, you want to flip over the cardboard to where you don't see the color. Then you want to attach the magnets to the back of all 4 pieces of cardboard. When you're placing the magnets down, make sure you put the magnets in the same place on both sides so they'll stick together. I had some old adhesive magnets, but you can use any magnets you want. And if you don't have any adhesive magnets, you can just glue them on. The last thing you want to do is that you want to glue a piece of twine onto the back of one of the pieces of cardboard. And you want to glue both sides of the twine next to the magnet to create a loop, but don't add too much glue because it will mess with the alignment of the magnet and cardboard. Then you can cut off the extra twine. Now since you're done creating the frame, you want to put the art into the frame. You want to put the top on first, and then you want to put the bottom part of the frame on. Then you can hang it anywhere you would like. And that's how you make these room decoration ideas. In the comments down below, let me know which decoration is your favorite. And if you like this video, subscribe to see more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!